So I'm going to be trying something a little different. Well, my approach to the battle will be absolutely the same with no change. But I decided I wanted to equip some armor that had a better, well, excluding the helmet, I wanted to equip some armor that had a better defense stat. Truthfully, I don't think it'll make that much of a difference because the goal with Artorias is to dodge everything anyway. But, sorry, I was just getting settled here. Anything helps, so that's what I'm gonna do. The headpiece is merely to honor demon souls, which unfortunately was shut down just this past week, very recently, very sad, but I figured why not, since I had the Xanthus crown, I might as well. This is gonna be so bad, I'm not even gonna be able to see what Artorias is doing, but it'll be worth it. I guess I can just blame everything on the helmet, and that would be fine. I'm trying to get my souls here. Ideally, I was doing so well that first time too. Oh, I didn't even realize that we were. I specifically checked prior to the video that we were light rolling, but. Okay, well, that was very embarrassing. I guess it was because I checked before I equipped the Xanthus crown, and I didn't think that it would be that much weight over. Let me see if with the Mask of the Mother. Yeah, light rolling with that. Okay, no wonder the game felt so weirdly sluggish. Well, okay, well, I definitely still want to have the Xanthus crown just for a few more attempts after I gave it such an important meaning. So let's see, that's 10.9. Yeah, that's not enough either. Gonna need less than 9. Let's go with perfect. Okay, this is what we'll do it as, at least for a few attempts. Pretty good looking chest piece, actually. Double check to make sure we were light rolling this time before I went into the fog door. I wish I didn't have to worry about my souls. I might make an attempt that's just trying to homeward bone out of here. Also, I know it was very dramatic when I said that Demon Souls was shut down. That's just me being too used to how I have to talk about MMOs I like. Just the online service for Demon Souls was shut down, of course. That's a bad time. Oh, just in time there. Oh, he's gonna be powered up now. I can only hope that the power-up duration is limited. This is why I have to always stay as close to him as possible. Oh, look at that damage. I also need to remember that most of his attacks are more easily dodged to the side, I feel. Of course, there are a few that throw a wrench in that plan, so I can't always dodge to the side, but yeah. In regards to Demon Souls, I am absolutely still holding on to hope for a... Did not want to dodge that way. Hope for a remaster. Or at least a re-release on PS4, which would be basically the same thing. a spin, and there goes my souls. That's okay, now I don't have to worry about them. I can just entirely focus on beating Artorias. Because I personally would imagine that there are a lot of people who would really enjoy Demon Souls, and would have at this point, if not for lack of a PS3. Which of course I cannot recommend buying an entire console for one game. Especially an older console. Was not expecting a third time. I'm gonna do it again. Okay, now I'm gonna dodge roll away. Oh, he likes that move this time. Nice dodge the goo. Any jumping attack that he wants to throw at me is great. That was really close. If only I did just a little bit more damage to him. I have to stay at about this range. And I have to become content with just getting one hit in, because any more is a huge commitment for this fight. And I do mean a huge commitment. Okay, that one's good for a back roll. Ooh, almost didn't react to that one correctly. I'm surprised he didn't react to my Estus drinking there. He just kept walking. Okay, we're doing well. I was gonna say we're doing alright here. There's a hit. As long as I have a little more health than when I first started to heal. That is very little damage, and I could not dodge roll fast enough to avoid that. Oh, I'm surprised I didn't get hit by that one. If you'll notice, the damage is significantly lessened if he hits you when you're still getting up, which I appreciate. He should do the move I can hit him out of again, that'd be great. Gonna do it again, yeah. And a third time, although we're good on that one. Got one hit in, that's great. The goal is patience, my friend, and I'm too far away, but I'm gonna get hit by it anyway. Wow. Okay, thank you, Demon Souls. I'm gonna thank Demon Souls for that one. Do it again. No, okay, should have hit him, but there's no way I could have known. That one's gonna be there's gonna be a second one. No, wrong again. How about now? Yeah. A third one? Nope. I will gladly take that damage. Just in range for the dodge roll there. I can hear my voice getting a lot more intense as the fight nears its conclusion, for better or worse for us, and this is perfect. That's not, though. Oh, I cannot believe that just happened. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. We are going to be okay. We are going to be a-okay, because my heart is pounding and I am entirely focused on what Artorias is doing at the moment. I'm gonna try to not let the fact that he's buffed hinder me in any way. The fact crouched backwards because the range on that move is ridiculous. Okay, got lucky there. Let's go ahead and Estus. I would like for him to do his leap at me. That was me gambling on knowing the distance for his hitbox. There's definitely going to be another one. No. I always assumed that he did more flip attacks if he was closer to being dead. Sort of like a crisis level for a limit break in Final Fantasy VIII. Thank you, Demon Souls. Umbasa. Let's pick up this lack of souls here. Pathway to our left and a pathway to our right, but more importantly, up ahead is a glorious bonfire. And we'll definitely rest at that and repair our equipment real quick. I'm quite fond of this armor getup we have now. I like how there's multiple floating messages available after Artorias. Let's see what they say. Imminent attacking. Let there be light, 12,279. That's always good to see ones like that. Well, how did this person... I'm sure there's a way, maybe jumping in a specific way, but yeah, unfortunately we can't read that message. It probably just says good job or something for getting to it. The battle is timed. At the end, a winner dons a great... I'm not sure what the deal with that one is, to be honest. It sounds like it has something to do with the magic for the floating. It sounds like it has something to do with what I'm about to talk about. By the way, the imminent attacking messages is referencing the fact that this is a very large, or it was at a time, I'm not sure if it still is, a very sort of de facto PvP location, kind of similar to the little pocket of land that you load into in the first area of Shrine of Storms and Demon Souls. It's just a nice open surface next to a spawn where people tend to want to PvP. But what I was going to talk about right now is right here. Battle of Stoicism is only available online. There are 3 types of Battle of Stoicism matches: duel, 1 versus 1, team, 2 versus 2, and deathmatch of 4. Earn consecutive wins to be etched in the slate of legends. And let's take a look at all of the cheaters. If this information is still available, I wanted to say. Maybe these numbers seem actually kind of limited, so maybe they're not quite as big cheaters as I would expect. Whenever anything like this happens, I just think of the Pantheon in Demon Souls, which is now permanently inaccessible because it's offline only now. And there was tons of cheating. I think there's a monument for most players, most phantoms defeated or most phantoms saved or something like that, and the person's number in the first place was -1, which I can only imagine was due to a rollover thing because the number was so ridiculously high, and it cheated to be that high. It rolls over to -1 or something like that, who knows. Anyway, enough of looking at people's names. That's what this is. It's a PvP deathmatch type arena. And to be perfectly honest with you, something I have never done and don't really have much interest in, but I'm glad that the option is there. Let's head up these stairs and see what we got. Apparently we are going to need a key for this door. It's locked, but if you listen very closely, you'll hear some type of sound effect coming from the other side. Hopefully we'll be able to see what that's about. And that's just a fall to your death on the other side. Well, now that we're past Artorias, we should probably go ahead and return to human form if we can. Unfortunately, we lost about 100k souls into humanity, but we should read the description for the soul of Artorias. Let's do that. But we got 50,000 from Artorias, so the only real loss was 50k into humanity, which I'm swimming in humanity, so it doesn't quite matter. I'll probably end up getting invaded here because, like I said, it is a PvP spot, but that's okay. Oh, right, Soul of Artorias. The soul of Knight Artorias, victim of the Abyss. He was Lord Gwyn's Knight Artorias, who was consumed by the Abyss. The legend that Artorias repelled the Abyss only told half of the story. It seems that he was defeated and his honor preserved by some unsung hero who is the true victor over the Abyss. I wonder who that could be. And with this we enter probably the largest area of the DLC that is entirely focused on exploration, and that is the Oolacile Township. I don't remember this very clearly, so I'm going to do my best to take as much time as I can going through it, and I unfortunately am probably going to have to get rid of this. I love these things. The other one didn't die fast enough for me to be able to dodge roll through him. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and kindle really quickly. There's humanity. Took me a while. Alright, and I'll remove this just so you can, see the video game a little bit. Although, now that I think about it, I think that I'm probably too low a level for the PvP in here. I think this is going off years old information at this point, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think most of the PvP that goes on here is typically over level 100, 120 or something like that. Right, I forgot that sitting at bonfires revives enemies. Harder to dodge than Artorias, that guy, or that attack is. Looks like another shortcut waiting for us, although I don't think we can see the bottom of this one, yeah. Oh yeah, there it is, just a little bit. I thought that would get both of them for sure. Oh, good thing we kindled. Caster ahead. must have some purple moss clumps on us, right? Yeah. There's a caster too. I believe it was one cast, but it had the speed and power of two. Alright, and in true caster fashion, they also had quite a bit less HP. The soul of a brave warrior. Oh, and of course, this is, we were looking down on this architecture from over there, which is near the place where Marvelous Chester was. Probably still is. He's probably just waiting for us to come back and buy something. This is a bit of a hidden path. I'm not sure you could really call it that, but it's definitely not a direct path, although it seems more extensive than you would think an optional one to be. And that's definitely a point of no return, so hopefully we can find our way out of here. I don't care about that crystal lizard. I love the effect of some of these buildings, of how the abyss is literally causing them to sink and tilt. This looks an awful lot like an illusory wall, but I guess not. I think there's an enemy. Oh no, it's just the black. Okay, I thought that I thought there was an enemy poking through the wall, but it just ended up being the black particle effects of the abyss drifting upward. Before, I think this might be heading back up to where we came from. Maybe not, though. Yeah, technically, but let's see if there's more before we commit to it. Because I think there was another path. Great sword using character right there. Yeah, dropping back down, okay. So let's check out that room again before we try to get back. Yeah, we could go downstairs. I did not see that enemy at all. Try critical hits. Let's see if the caster will follow me. This is very, very important. Easily the most monumental, life-changing addition to multiplayer in a video game that there has ever been. Especially in a game like Dark Souls. Just having the ability at all to have a deep-voiced, clearly pitch shifted downward say, "I'm sorry." There's just never been something more good than that, in my opinion. More good, more fun, more anything. Dark Orb, that's one of the sorceries I was talking about, or that Dusk mentioned. That's very, and I talked about it too, but the things that Dusk mentioned and the thing I talked about where they're very, very powerful. In contrast to standard soul sorceries, abyss sorceries are weighty and inflict physical damage. Perhaps human souls, because of their humanity, produce sorceries with more tangible presence. And this is a dead end. Very sad. But we were able to get Dark Orb and talk about how broken the magic spells are in this game, in the DLC, so that's a net positive in my opinion. Alright, we have to go up so we can get back to where we were going. Pointless jump that wasted more time, but the wall was there to stop us. I can never be too sure of my footing in this area. I'm always afraid that I'll step into some kind of hole or... I love his sweep kick. And his, ooh, that's a bleed. His bleed darts are very cool, and I love that they explode into rose petals. Oh, okay. I have to admit, that was pretty cool. And also, with his moves, minus the crossbow, I guess, unless you're playing Soul Calibur, Marvelous Chester is so much like a fighting game character when he invades you. I suppose because he has the rose petals of Vega from Street Fighter.
You, is that not the soul of the man who fell on this spot? He was a dear friend. I wish to pay proper respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part with it?
Truthfully, I'm actually not sure what this does down the line, so even if I were to give it to her, I'm not sure I'd be able to show the results of that choice, but I'm going to do it just in case I am able to remember, or it just happens by circumstance as we continue through the DLC.
Thank you. You are very kind. Please take this. I no longer need it.
Well, there you have it. In my memory, you could only get her weapons by killing her, but I think that's just an alternative way.
May the Lord guide thee. May the Lord guide thee. May the...
Doesn't seem like she has very much to say other than that, but hopefully her weapons will elucidate us to who she is and how she's connected to Artorias. We have a lot of crap in our inventory. Okay, Dark Silver Tracer. A dark silver blade used by the Lord's Blade Ciaran of Gwyn's Four Knights. The victim is first distracted by dazzling streaks of the gold tracer, then stung by the vicious poison of this dagger. And if we go down and find the gold tracer, we'll see curved sword used by the Lord's Blade Ciaran, one of Lord Gwyn's Four Knights. Ciaran brandishes her sword in a mesmerizing dance, etching the darkness with dire streaks of gold. So this is pretty much the only weapon in Dark Souls, the only weapons in Dark Souls that seem to be hinted at in their description to be dual wielded, excuse me. And the gold tracer especially is really neat because when you attack with it, that's the R2, but the traces, I can't remember what they're called. There's a term that went around in Star Wars Jedi Knight, those games, about the trail that's left by the lightsabers, and it was used to describe this, but unfortunately I can't remember. But anyway, the trails are definitely what gives this weapon its flash. The other weapon sort of has a little bit of one, but not quite. You can parry with it might just do a basic slash. That's the R2 in the two-handed form of the Gold Tracer. It's really neat. But unfortunately we will not be using it, although it does scale with Dex very well and A completely unupgraded. Might be worth checking out, honestly, from a damage perspective. Actually, you know what, let's see just how much, I was gonna say how little damage it does, but it might do quite a bit. The numbers were looking pretty good comparatively to our Uchi Katana. Because you saw that the base damage was 120 or something, and then there was an added benefit for scaling with Dex. That's pretty good, actually. I wonder if we can upgrade it. I wouldn't mind using it. Might need to do it in a blacksmith, though. We need Twinkling Titan. Oh, we can do it, but we're out of souls, so let's just consume a few and see how we do. With the Guardian Soul, you can make a whip weapon out of his tail, which is neat in concept, but awful in execution and to actually use it, so not so interested. I have plenty of non-boss soul items to use, but I wanted to use that one. It felt right. It's towards the top, and I went all the way from the bottom. This might only be able to be upgraded to +5. Yeah, so now we have a fully upgraded Gold Tracer. So with that in mind, let's see, and I need to end the video soon, but with that in mind, let's see how we do with a new moveset against these guys. I thought I killed that one. He must have been hiding. Very cool. Okay, see you next time with our new weapon. I absolutely was not planning to walk off that ledge, but the game's geometry saved me, and I absolutely was not planning to suddenly get a new weapon to use, but it'll be nice to switch things up from the Uchi. Look at that person's build. Fantastic. Alright, take care of yourself, and I'll see you again soon.